Oh, what a great day for a picnic.
A picnic! A picnic!
Bear country, friends, as any observer can plainly see, is a really and truly fine place to be. Especially for cubs and other small fry. Baby robins learning to fly, young frogs and bunnies learning to hop, all kinds of young'uns, and every spring season, another new crop. Except that one Easter time, when the cycle of seasons came to a screeching, grinding, sudden stop. Let us turn back the clock to when Brother was the only cub on the block. When the bear's treehouse wasn't nearly so grand, and a very strange thing occurred in Bearland. No one really knows the cause. A shift, perhaps, in the natural laws. Some unfortunate bit of cosmic bad luck. But somehow that winter, the seasons got stuck. What happened to spring? Where did it go? Had it all been called off on account of snow? And Easter? What about Easter? Would it skip a year? Could Easter somehow disappear? It's the fall of that winter when the seasons got stuck. Bear country's still having very good weather luck.
Take Papa his lunch, my dear. He's chopping wood at the edge of the forest.
Yes, Mama.
As any observer can plainly see, Bear country is still a great place to be. A great place to spend your growing up time. There are puddles to jump, all shapes and sizes of trees to climb, plants that catch flies, grasses that whistle.
Ouch!
The lesson you learn, packing into a thistle. So much to do and see and know. A wonderful place in which to grow. But, and here's the rub, a little bit lonesome for an only cub. Old Brother had friends, the gang who hung round down by the bog. There was Bill Bunny and Finity Frog. His idea of excitement was sunning himself on old rotting log.
Ribbit.
Ribbit?
And there wasn't very much on Fred Firefly's mind, but working the switch on his electric behind. As for Bill Bunny, there just was no stopping his rabbity habit of hippity-hopping.
Bill! Bill, come back!
Brother kept busy trying to learn what life was about. There really was quite a lot to find out.
I've many, many questions to ask.
Oh, questions? Questions?
Hi, Papa. I brought you your lunch.
On questions of why, who, what, when, and where, ask the world's foremost expert, me, Papa Q Bear.
Well, my first question, Dad.
Go ahead, ask it. Don't stammer, my lad.
Well, my question, Dad.
Oh, go ahead, ask it. Don't just stand there hemming and hawing.
Well, Papa, why are you standing on the limb you are sawing?
That was a very good question. Do you have any more? It's one of the things papas are for.
I have many questions. There's so much I need to know. Where do we come from? Where do we go? How does the sun shine? Why do rivers flow?
Those questions are too easy. They're just not tough enough. I'm prepared to deal with much more challenging stuff. I know all the answers, the who, what, why, and where. Just as sure as my name is... Papa Q Bear.
In the middle of a river, how deep does it get? Do fishes get thirsty? Why is water wet? Where does your lap go when you stand up? How many liquid ounces in a buttercup?
You may ask me any question, no matter how far out. Being open to all questions is what parenting is all about. I know the census of Samoa and the principal crop, the height of Krakatoa before it blew its top. I have all the answers, the who, what, why, and where. Just as sure as my name is the barbecue Papa Q Bear.
Brother kept asking questions as the seasons progressed.
Why do leaves change color in the fall? Why do they, huh? And why do we have seasons anyway?
In fact, he became a bit of a pest.
What makes the snow and hail?
Yes, whatever the season, Bear Country was fun. But it was a bit lonesome, being Mama's and Papa's only small son. As for the gang down by the bog, Bill Bunny and Fred and Finnerty Frog, well, as the old saying goes, when fair weather ends, you can say goodbye to fair weather friends. Only Bill Bunny came venturing out to see what winter was all about.
Hey, wait for me! Bill, wait up!
It was a strange sort of winter, gloomy and gray, and somehow it seemed to have come to stay. Papa was worried.
Something's gone wrong. This winter is hanging on much too long.
He looked at the papers. He turned on the TV. He checked every reference book in the tree.
Something's gone very wrong. It's more than bad luck.
What is it, Dad?
Well, somehow or other, the seasons got stuck.
Season stuck? What a suggestion. What about spring?
And Easter. What about Easter?
What's Easter, Papa?
What's Easter? What's Easter? Easter is delicious tastes, yummy smells, coconut eggs with chocolate shells, colored eggs in paper grass, treats for every lad and lass, rainbow-colored jelly beans, reds and yellows, pinks and greens, sweets and treats of every kind. There's no telling what you may find. Molasses, mocha, treacle, honey, and best of all, the Easter Bunny.
Now, Papa Bear, if you please, you can't see the forest for the trees. And while I don't deny those things are fun, Easter means much more, my son. It's a new beginning, the warm sun melting, snow and ice, bringing forth crocus, tulips, edelweiss, drawing new life from the cold winter earth. Baby robins, the miracle of birth, a great rainbow after a warm spring rain.
What's a miracle, Mama?
Son, a miracle is something wonderful we cannot explain. And this Easter,
Said Mama, looking into Brother's eyes.
you'll have an extra special Easter surprise.
And that moment, whoops, Brother slipped off Mama's lap. Was Mama's lap getting smaller? Or was it just that Brother was getting taller? Or even a little of both, perhaps, which is often the way with cubs and laps.
What happened to Mama's lap?
Come, it's time for Boss Bunny to wiggle his ears.
It had been custom in Bear Country for years and years for Boss Bunny to signal spring by wiggling his ears.
We can count on Boss Bunny. He wouldn't let anything happen to spring, and certainly not Easter. Easter's his thing.
But when they reached the accustomed spot, a crowd had gathered, but Boss had not. Not a sign of Boss Bunny, not a wiggle nor whit, except a small one saying, "Boss Bunny has quit."
Boss Bunny has quit?
What about Easter?
And
Said Brother, with tears in his eyes.
what about my Easter surprise?
The resignation of Boss Bunny was a very serious matter. The citizens of Bear Country were a buzz and a chatter.
I hear he had a problem with fermented carrot juice.
Outrageous.
Disgraceful.
Simply no excuse.
Retired.
Opted out.
Hopped a freight.
Papa was especially down in the mouth.
Who will bring our jelly beans? Our reds and yellows, pinks and greens?
And my Easter surprise. What might it have been? A giant Easter egg in a decorated tin? A basket of yellow marshmallow chicks? A lifetime supply of lemon sticks?
Mama just smiled and gave a small shrug, reached down and gave Brother a Mama Bear hug.
There must be some way of changing our luck, of saving Easter and getting the seasons unstuck.
And at that very moment of despair and desperation, Papa Bear was struck by a full-fledged inspiration.
Say, talk about your Easter surprise. Just try this one on for size. I'll be the Easter Bunny.
You'll be the Easter Bunny?
I'll be the Easter Bunny. I can do it, my dears. The first thing I'll need is slightly bigger ears. Then some nice long whiskers. These broom straws will do. Fasten them in place with bunny whisker glue. Now let's twitch my whiskers, train my ears to flop. And now a bit of practice on my bunny hop, hop, hop. If you want something done, then do it yourself. Just take your up and atom down off the shelf. Put your muzzle to the grindstone and do it yourself. If you want something done, hop-a-dub, 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 you've got to do it yourself. Now the next thing we'll need is a ready egg supply and 6 or 7 packets of Easter egg dye. Some practical arrangement of scrap, lumber, and planks to direct the egg supply into the mixing tanks. While yours truly stands ready to stir it with a mop. And now another bit of practice on my bunny hop, hop, hop. If you want something done, then do it yourself. Just take your spit and polish down off the shelf. Smear yourself with elbow grease and do it yourself. If you want something done, hop-a-dub, 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 you've got to do it yourself. And now the shredded coconut, the chocolate and cream. Who cares if old Boss Bunny ran out of steam? Then an extra nail or two and one more rubber band. Now one last connection. Here, son, give me a hand. Now all that's left to do, as you can plainly see, is hook the whole thing up to my good old Model T.
It's working! It's working! It's not working.
There was much on the mind of small Brother Bear. And as he pondered the questions of who, what, why, and where, who should come hopping over the hill but Brother Bear's friend, Bunny Bill. Now it was Bill who wanted to play.
Hi, Brother Bear. Want to play? Sorry, Bill. I just can't today. I've got too much on my mind. And there's somebody very special I simply have to find.
Somebody very special? Who's that, Brother Bear?
The boss of all the bunnies. The one and only Easter Hare.
Then Bill said something that caused Brother's jaw to drop.
No problem. Come with me. Boss Bunny is my pop.
What a piece of luck. He's the one who could save Easter and help the seasons get unstuck.
Then Bill led Brother through a secret trap door that no bear had ever entered before, that led to a secret underground room. It was dark and deserted and quiet as a tomb. There was nothing in the room except some mice, a bushy-tailed example of genus Catus catus, and Boss Bunny's vast collection of Easter apparatus. There were buckets, belts, and vats in a great assembly line of fantastic machines of remarkable design. Great jelly bean machines capable of making 1,000,000 jelly beans. Devices that could write any child's name.
What a waste.
Said Brother.
What a crying shame.
For Boss Bunny's Easter factory was deserted, dark, and still. The signs and sounds of Easter were absolutely nil. Just up ahead, there was a funny little door with a narrow crack of light showing at the floor. In the room behind the door, reclining on a shelf, was the erstwhile Easter Bunny, Boss Bunny himself.
What? All right, Sonny. State your business. Spit it out. What's this intrusion all about?
It's about Easter. And spring.
Who cares about Easter? And spring is a bore.
Who cares about Easter? And spring is a bore?
Do you have any idea of just how long I've managed Easter and kept the seasons moving along?
But please.
Twitching my whiskers, wiggling my ears. Why, it's undignified for someone of my golden years. Do you have any idea what it means to make 10 million jelly beans? And the bunny help you get today. They want salary breaks, vacation pay, the paperwork, the regulations, the egg supply, the aggravation, not to mention aches and pains. Yeah. I've got arthritis, bursitis, mixer's elbow, sinusitis. I'm old and crabby, bent and stooped. I'm P-double-O-P-E-D. Pooped.
But please, we need Easter and spring. No Easter and spring? Why, that would ruin everything.
Look, I'll say it again as I've said it before. Who cares about Easter? And spring is a bore. I'm fed up to here, and I'm not gonna take it anymore. Not gonna take it anymore.
But Mr. Bunny, we need Easter and spring. We need a warm sun, melting snow and ice.
All that Easter hocus pocus about daffodils and crocus
Tulips, crocus,
starts my body aching and my teeth are hurting.
edelweiss.
So stop your begging and your blurting. My decision to resign is absolutely firm and certain.
Drawing new life from the cold winter earth. Baby robins, the miracle of birth.
Who cares about Easter? And spring is born. I'm fed up to here, and I'm not gonna take it anymore. Not gonna take it anymore. Hold on now. Now, just a minute, Sonny.
Somehow that rainbow got through to Boss Bunny. The great spring rainbow's lovely light touched his heart and put things right. It straightened his back. It loosened his joints. It reduced his aches and pains by 12 percentage points. His ears began to wiggle. His whiskers began to twitch. Then Boss Bunny reached around and pulled the master switch.
All right, you bunnies. It's Easter time, so hop to it.
Please care about Easter. Look forward to spring. And open your heart to the joy that they bring. The joy that they bring. Please care about rainbows, new lights on the wing. So open your heart to Easter.
On Easter morning, Brother opened his eyes, stretched, and remembered his Easter surprise.
Oh, brother, come in here, please. There is something you must see.
Jelly beans, a chocolate egg and bunny. It was all three.
The Easter Bunny brought those, my dear. Your special surprise is over here. Brother, meet your new baby sister.
What was in the basket was a baby, a little baby bear. Brother was so surprised, all he did was stare. Then, as he reached to touch her tiny little toes, her small fist accidentally popped him on the nose.
Say, for a tiny little baby, she has quite a punch.
And as he rubbed his nose, he knew it was more than just a hunch, that something wonderful had happened, that he wouldn't be lonesome anymore, that his extra special Easter surprise was well worth waiting for.
Pa, I have one more question.
You may ask me any question.
Said Papa Bear to Brother.
The baby. Where did the baby come from?
That one's for your mother.
Remember about the robins and the miracle of birth?
Mama, you got your lap back.
Interrupted Brother. And Mother had.
Please care about Easter. Look forward to spring.